boys, so in today's video, we'll be doing a top 10 on the safeties inside the game. This includes free safety and strong safety. We just got a couple of them this last week and also a lot of them last week as well. So this list had to be upgraded, so I hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys enjoy the top 10s, make sure to hit that sub button. We are so close to 20K. We are about 1,500 subs away. I appreciate you guys so much, and let's get right into number 10. All right, so this is the first time in a while I think I'm going to have an honorable mention, and this is going to be DELPIT. So this is one that I do really like in the game. This just, safeties are so loaded right now. I just felt so, him in our number 10, I was just, I don't know which one I wanted there, so I just had to throw an honorable mention today. But 87 speed on him, which is, it's solid. It's starting to become a little slow as we're getting 90 and 91 speed wide receivers in the game. Even a free tight end in the game we have is 89 speed, so he's even dusting past him. But DELPIT's one I look at as more as a user. He is 6'3", so a good user right there with a combination of speed. You can have a little bit less speed as a user if you can make up with it with good user stick, you know what I mean? But this is also a card that even if you don't use him, he still does have solid zone at 89, solid man at 85. He's a good card. I've used DELPIT for a while. The only negative about him is that he just seems like he is an awful tackler. He is 72 tackling, 84 power. It just feels very weak out there, but he's been okay for me. I like DELPIT a lot. I don't use him anymore, but he was a really good card when he came out. All right, so now moving into our number 10, we do have the MICAH HYDE. You guys know this card was out on the first day of Madden, and he was a beast. If you had this card, he was by far the best defensive player in the game. He, for like that first week, maybe even 2 weeks, I can't remember who else came out, he was like the best defender in the game. He had 89 zone with any sort of strat card, even a silver strat card, you can get that up to 90, which is amazing. He has really solid man, so you could put him in man and be okay, not gonna kill you there. And then he had top end speed at 88. Obviously, he's number 10 on our list because 88 is just, it's there now, you know what I mean? Everybody kind of has that 87, 88 now. He also is 6 foot, which isn't terrible, but it's nothing insane where you got to move him up farther because he's tall. He's just an all-around solid card. Just imagine, this card was literally out on day one. This card, and he's still in our top 10. What it's been, it feels like it's been forever since the game came out. But number 9 here, we have a very similar card to our guy DELPIT, and this is, I do think I like Harrison Smith more. He is 1 inch shorter, but he is the same exact speed, same exact excel. The thing I like about him though is that he is amazing when it comes to in the box play. So this is a card that I look at as a user. Like literally I would not play this card unless you are using him. I have him highly ranked as a user in the game because of the solid height at 6'2". He has solid speed. You can get away with 82 if you could play very well. And then he has 87 zone, 89 hit power, and then the 84 tackling. So he's going to play very good against the run. He is tall enough to make a lot of plays in the coverage. I like Harrison Smith a lot. He's always a really good user. He lays the hit stick down. And also he does have that ability out my way built in, which absolutely kills fullbacks and like I-form stretches, or even if wide receivers are trying to block you, just throw them right off you, go make the tackle. Harrison Smith's a guy that I'm telling you guys, he always plays really well every single year, and this year his speed's not as bad as they normally make it. So at our number 8 spot, we have Javon Holland, and this is a card I am very familiar with. I have used this card for the longest time. The day he came out for, I would say the day I built the Legends team is the day he was gone, which was like a week ago. Honestly, it was like a week ago. I've been cheap with my coins. Finally made that step to the Legends team, and Javon finally left. But he's a card that has 88 speed, so we've seen guys like our guy MICAH HYDE right there with 88 speed, but he is 6'1". He has really good zone as well. You can get that up to a 90 easily, even if you can't afford the higher strat card items. And then he has really good man on him, and he's actually solid when it comes to in the box play. He has 80 tackling right there and an 87 hit power. I do like Javon Holland a lot. He's, like I told you guys, he's a very good card in the game. 6'1" as well. He actually feels like he plays a lot bigger as well. I've never really used this card. I just kept him up top the entire time I had him, and he balled out for me. He's definitely a card I would recommend. At number 7, we do have Jordan Whitehead's free safety card, and you'll notice that this card, he obviously is an LTD, and there's some negatives about him, but then there's very crazy positives. So you'll notice first off on him, he is a run support safety. He has 90 tackling, which is insane. He has 90 hit power, so he's very, very good inside of the box. He has 89 speed as well, which is the fastest we've seen yet on this list. But here come the negatives, right? He is 5'10". That's an L, obviously. And then, obviously, when you're paying as much as you are for this card, he doesn't have the highest man in the world you'd like to spend on him, which it's, you know, it's whatever. You probably end up using him or having him in the box if you are going to be using this card because of what his box stats look like. And then he only has 88 zone, so you'll need a strat card with a +2 or +3 to get that up to 90. But at the end of the day, the only reason why he's truly this low on the list is simply because of his height. 5'10" is just, you know, it's there. It's there. Nothing crazy. But I've noticed his height isn't as bad this year as it has been in past, as I use Troy Polamalu every single day, and he's actually been one of my better cards. At our number 6 spot, we do have Steve Atwater, and this is a card that I've been very fond as well. I've used him on a full Legends theme team. I've actually just moved away from him. I actually went to a guy that wasn't on a Legends theme team just to get rid of this card. I don't know what it is lately. I still feel like I have to have him up lately, but I feel like if you're not using him, he just feels clunky. I don't know if it's just because the 87 speed is starting to fall off, but I just felt like I had to have him very solid on the list because he is 6'3", and he also has insane in the box play while having solid zone where you can get that up to a 90 easily. So this is a guy kind of like Harrison Smith where I look at him as a user, and obviously, like I said, 87 speed is nothing to be crazy about, but it's still very doable in the game, especially if you're using him. And Steve Atwater, like I said, keep this guy in the box. Don't have him up top. Having him up top is probably why I started to move away from him, but at the end of the day, he still had a lot of good plays for me. I just think you have to use it as kind of a card right now in the game. At our number 5 spot, we have Troy P, and this is a card that I thought I was going to hate. I thought it was going to be kind of a pain or a nuisance on my team because I actually did need him or Atwater for the theme team. And you guys can see, I did end up locking in Troy P instead because of he is just much faster on the field. He balls out a lot. I swear, if you just put out a deep, or you put out a KO on him, if you run zone, put him in his zone, run KO, he's not going to get mossed like you think he is. He never gets mossed for me because I have KOs on him. And he's also fast to the ball. He has 90 zone, 91 pursuit, 90 hit power, and a great tackling at 88. But like I said, the only negative is that he is 5'10", but I'm telling you, put a KO on him. It'll help that a lot, and you'll notice how much times he actually gets to the ball compared to a lot of safeties in the game. So at our number 4 spot, we do have CORDARRELLE Patterson at 88 speed and 6'2". He is just a very good card, and this is a card you can get for free, by the way. If you end up finishing the field pass for the Gridiron Guardians, you can get a choice pack, and obviously CORDARRELLE Patterson's one of the choices, so you can technically get him for free. But he has 90 pursuit on him, which is amazing. 90 zone, which it's kind of crazy to me that there's some cards that are like 89, 90, like even Whitehead, who is a 90 LTD, doesn't even have 90 zone on the beat. And CORDARRELLE does, while maintaining very good height as well. He has solid hit power, nothing insane, kind of, you know, the tackling. He's not the best tackler in the game, but he's a guy you could throw up top. He's going to make a lot of plays for you. He's not going to get absolutely dunked on by everybody in the game right now as well. DK's 1 inch taller than him, and Herman Moore is 2 inches taller. I feel like you're not really seeing many Donald Parhams out there, so I feel like CORDARRELLE right now in this meta is a very good safety to throw up top. All right, so boys, for our number 3 and 2, I had no clue which one I wanted to put at 2. I felt like no matter what I did, somebody in the comments was going to tell me I was wrong anyways. So for our number 2 and 3, I would say it's kind of a preference on which card you need. Or honestly, if you have a God Squad, you need them both on your team, if we're going to be honest. But Cam right here, I'm just going to leave this as kind of a tie, basically. So I'm not even going to say number 3. But Cam Chancellor, 89 speed. He is 6'3". He is amazing, right? That is like top end in the speed in the game. There's actually not a single 90 speed safety in the game. There's a 91 speed and safety in the game, but there's not a single 90. So he's tied for the second highest right here at 89. He has 91 zone, which is insane. 91 hit power, 85 tackling. I like Cam a lot. You could use him as a user. He has good enough zone and good enough every other stat in the game to leave him up top as well. You guys know what I like doing in the game. I like letting the computers use the better cards. You know what I mean? I like to use the worst cards. For example, Derek Johnson, he doesn't have 90 zone. I don't think so, at least. I'll just usually user him with Lurker. I'll let the computer user Cam because, you know, the computer can user a great card like this and he'll be fine, you know? I like to user the worst one to make the worst card kind of better, if that makes sense. But Cam right here, great user, great, like, hits. He's forced so many fumbles for me. He's just an all-around great card in the game right now. And so, as you guys know, I did say number 2 and 3 is basically tied for us. I do have Rod Woodson right here, and this is a card that I feel like is so valuable in the game right now. He is one of the only safeties in the game with 90 play rec. He has 90 man coverage and a 91 zone, while having good hit power as well at 88. Obviously, not the best tackling, but this is a card, if you guys have ever, I personally don't have him, but I've thrown probably I don't know, probably upwards of 15 picks to this card alone. I play the game a lot. But Rod Woodson, he plays the ball like no other. He'll jump slants, he'll jump post routes. I've seen this card literally turn around in man coverage and jump a post route behind him. This is how good this card truly is. I think that player X stat has to be carrying him. I don't know what else would be, because a lot of other people have 91 zone, but or above 90 zone. Rod Woodson, he just plays out of his mind. This is a card that I absolutely hate seeing on the field. I try to do as much as I can to not throw his way because of how good he is. But at the end of the day, he's definitely a top 3 safety in the game, without a doubt. All right, so boys, at number 1, we have the brand new strong safety, Nolan Cromwell. He is an LTD. He is in pack, so hopefully he keeps on tanking. This is a card that I am definitely looking to pull. He just came out literally, like, I'm recording this. He came out like 25 minutes ago. You guys could see 91 speed. So he is 2 speed faster than the fastest guy in the game. That is insane. +1, I feel like I'd probably throw Cam above him and maybe even Rod Woodson above him, but he is +2 speed on them while maintaining good height at 6'1", which is very solid in the game. He has 90 excel to match that. His play rec at 89 is still very good. I feel like at 90 would be insane. I don't know if you get any +1 play recs with any strat cards, but if so, that'd be insane. He has 91 pursuit as well, 90 man coverage in a 92 zone. He's solid in the box as well, 78 tackling, 87 hit power. I'm telling you guys, this card, Nolan Cromwell, I may not know who he is. Maybe I'm a casual, but this card, I definitely know that he's the #1 safety in the game. I don't even have to play with him. You could look at this card right now and tell he's definitely the #1 safety in the game. There's no question in my mind about him right now. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to smash that like button and hit that sub button if you did. We are on that road to 20K, like I told you guys. I am so excited to hit that milestone here in the future. And yeah, like I said, the top 10s I usually do on days we don't get a content or a gameplay drop, so I don't have any videos to do on new cards. So I hope you guys enjoyed the safeties. It was long overdue. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. We're going to be doing pass rushers next, maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday night. We'll see what we end up doing. And I hope to see you guys then. Peace out, boys.